Get it on camera.
Evan
All right,
volunteered.
so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about bear spray in the here and now. There is a bear up there that's very prevalent. That's the black bear. It ranges somewhere around 300 pounds. They say up to 600 pounds for the adult males. So they're pretty big. With that being said, they're also pretty prevalent. The last 2 years, due to COVID, the state of Minnesota has still been letting people go up, but they've been going up with kind of looser restrictions. Before, they used to give you mandatory education on the topic. Now that people have been going up, the bears are becoming a nuisance. Since this whole quarantine and COVID, people have been sneaking into there, leaving their trash at the campsites, and the bears have been coming in. Even before that had happened, the bears have been prevalent, but now so more than ever, the bears are coming into the campsites. So with that being said, we're going to talk about the bears out there and being bear wise. Every canoe is going to have a bear spray, but obviously if you don't need to use it, right, that's the best case scenario. So we're going to talk about what you can do to prevent having to use this, and if violence comes or violence of action is a necessity, then we're going to talk about how to use the bear spray to prevent the mauling. I do have firearms. Firearms are legal and authorized up there with certain conditions, but the reason behind having bear sprays is because it's 80% effective in a deterrence of an attack, as opposed to a firearm, which is only 50% effective in the deterrence of attack. In addition to that, we also have minors coming out with us, which means that having firearms in the campsite and available to the minors, probably not a good idea. So let's talk about this. What have we heard when it talks about preventing bears from attacking humans? What do we know previously has always been a big case of bear attacks on humans? What do you got, Ed?
Food.
Evan? Aiden?
Nope.
Food?
And
Okay.
territory invasion.
Food and territory invasions, absolutely. So let's talk about the food. What are some things that we can do to prevent bear attacks on humans based on the food that we bring out with us?
Don't leave it out.
Don't leave it out. That's
Finish
a big
it.
one. Finishing your food. What do you got, Evan? Or Squeaks?
Smell.
Smell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that you dispose of it far away.
Yeah, so anything that we have with food that we need to wind up disposing of, it's going to have to get sealed up. We have a layered system which winds up layering scents. I'm talking about taking my trash, putting the trash into a Ziploc bag, sealing that off, taking that Ziploc bag and putting it into a green scent-proof trash bag, and then sealing off the green scent-proof trash bag and stick it into our food barrel or some kind of other waterproof trash bag. So now I got 3 layers of scent sealing barriers between the outside that's available to the bear to smell, since they have excellent smells, and the actual trash itself. Let's talk about territory. What do you got, or what you got, Ron?
I was going to say non-scented laundry detergent and soaps.
Yep, absolutely. Non-scented laundry detergent and soaps. No perfumes, right? None of that Axe stuff. Bears have an excellent sense of smell. So you have those Axe that are like berry cool scent. Well, bears are attracted to berries. So why would you want to go ahead and spray that on you, right? And in addition to that too, mosquitoes are also attracted to that stuff. So don't wear that. What do you got?
Territory invasion has to do with raising their young.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right now, so a cub can stay with the sow for up to 2 years. Right now is the summertime. This is the most active period that you'll find any bears out there. So if I do come across, as I'm portaging, because we are going to go on portages, and I see a cub with her sow, what am I going to do?
Walk away.
I'm going to walk backwards. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to stay calm. Hey, mama, it's okay. You see me. I'm cool. We're cool.
No problems here.
Right? No problems here. I'm just going to walk back. And you're just going to give it some time. And then when I come back again, because we got to go through the portage, what are we doing?
Well, making noise, making our presence known.
We're making our presence known. We're all here. As I'm walking through, you and I are going to talk to each other. Sometimes they're just going to be like, hey, no bear, and I'm going to walk straight through.
Make as much noise as possible.
I come up on a campsite. I'm just like, hey, no bear, no bear, no bear. I'm walking up on the campsite. I'm going to look at my campsite. Same thing with the portage. If we have a bear that comes walking up on us, what are we all going to do collectively?
Make loud noises.
You can make noises. You can make yourselves big.
Big, yeah.
All of you guys will stand together, right? You will collectively look like one big individual. Hands up in the air in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, if you see a bear or hear a bear, probably a predatory bear. That's when they'll come out. That's when they're a predatory bear. They're out trying to get some food. That's when those bear attacks, you want to fight for your life. Even in the daytime with the black bears, you do want to fight. Grizzly bears, they say hide, play like you're not going to go ahead and hurt yourself. If it's a black bear with a sow, they're trying to protect their young, don't fight it. Just let it happen, right? But if it's actively trying to eat you, trying to get the cubs to eat you, fight it. But
Bear spray.
Bear spray. In the nighttime, when you wake up, okay, and this has happened, you've seen me. I've woken up in the nighttime and there's a bear there. You're up. Ah! Now, if you're doing that, what are you all doing?
Waking up and making loud
Ah! Everybody's doing it all at once, right? And then that way you'll know that, or that way you're showing this giant presence to the bear. In the event the bear does come to our food, what do we do?
Bear spray.
He can have it.
He can have it.
He can have it.
He can have it. So a bear is highly defensive in two situations. One, over its food. Two, over its young. Is that barrel of food
Worth your life.
worth your life or injury for
No.
being maimed? Right? It's gonna suck. We'll have to come out early. But he can have his food, we all have our safety. With that being
We got each other to eat.
Without your life.
With that being said, we're always going to have at least a day's worth of rations stacked away somewhere else. So that's going to be a reserve of at least 1,300 calories per person.
And move on.
So we're going to hop in a canoe and we're going to paddle somewhere else and just wait. And we are going to wait and we're going to wait. If it's at night, we're going to wait till the sun comes up and then we're going to come back in, collect whatever we can because you can't leave trash.
Salvage.
Whatever we can salvage, and then we will get out of there fast, quick, in a hurry. Spend a few
Efficiently.
extra nights at a bar and have a story to tell when we go back home, right?
Yeah. Great time.
Absolutely, great time. So we talked about that. Your biggest thing is prevention. If you don't want to deal with the bear, prevent it from happening in the first place. If you have a bear come up on you and you cannot prevent it, then you have a situation which you have to start talking about being a little more aggressive. Bears, typically, black bears, you'll have two distinct types of defensive stances. All right, one is going to be like a bluff charge. That's a defense. That's get out of my area, and they'll run up on you just kind of like this, right? Just stand your ground. You're good to go. Are you ever going to want to run away from a bear?
No.
No.
Why not?
It'll
Because they're faster.
He can outrun you.
Better than
32
you.
miles an hour.
It'll feel
Yeah.
threatened as well.
Climb faster than you, swim faster
You're going
than
to
you.
trigger a predatory response, right? So if you wind up running, I don't care how fast you are, black bear will run about 30 miles an hour. Can you outrun a black bear?
No.
Nope.
Even on a scooter that is powered with electric motors?
Nope.
No? Right? Unless you can fly or walk on water, which I might be able to do at that time if I'm getting chased,
Become Jesus.
you're not outrunning a black bear.
For personal reasons, I will become God.
So if I can't outrun a black bear, a good idea, right, is to climb up a tree.
No.
No.
They
Bears
can
can
climb.
climb.
Grizzly bears.
Grizzly bears cannot climb.
Black bears can.
And they're damn good at it, too.
Yeah.
Black bear would be the only
They're
one that can
damn
get
good at it. So don't run and don't climb up a tree. Okay? If you have to stare down a bear, you can stare down a bear, be calm about it. Just don't move. Okay? Chances are more likely it's going to be a bluff. They're going to have their
It's a warning.
they're going to have their rear hair stood up, shoulders up high, their nose down low, and ears slumped down as well. That's a stance of an agitated bear. If you have a bear that's constantly pursuing you, coming up and shaking branches, coming back down at you, and following you on a trail, that is a predatory bear. That is a bear that will not go away by shaking trees and screaming and throwing rocks at it. That is a bear that you want to put as much distance between you and possibly even bear spray to stop it from following. Now, cases of black bear attacks in Minnesota, especially in that area, are very low.
But they're possible.
They are possible. The last known fatality from a black bear occurred actually just over the border in Ontario, recently too. It does happen. Most of the stuff happens from like pet owners, where they'll walk their dog without a leash. Dog will go after the bear. The bear says, "No, F you, I'm coming after you." Dog comes back to the owner, and then the owner pays for it. That's where most of that stuff comes from.
Karma.
Yeah, I know,
For being
right? So now I'm
stupid.
paying for my stupid dog. Thank you. But we don't have any dogs here, so we should be fine. So if I have a bear that's coming up on you, even if it is a bluff charge, you still want to be sure
You have bear spray
you
ready.
have your bear spray with you. Okay. Dad? All right. Actually, why don't we give that to, since Evan's very proficient at discharging one of these. Evan's on the camera, by the way. Thanks,
Slide
Evan.
off before you
You're welcome.
So this is typically held in a holster. If you have a holster, you want to make sure your holster is secured.
That way it doesn't
So-
fall out.
So because there's only 3 cans, it's best to buddy system to save your partner.
You
Yeah.
can buddy system save your partner. If we are all at the camp
Yeah.
and Ronald needs to go to use the latrine,
Yeah.
Ronald's gonna say, hey, pass me the bear spray. Here you go, man. So Ronald's gonna walk up to the pit latrine, and then I'm just gonna sit back with the safety of everybody else.
Okay.
So Ronald will come back, and then we'll discharge this here. Same thing, or he'll hand it back to me. Same thing like if we are winding up in the canoes, and we're like, man, I need you to pull over. I just got to stop up over here at the campsite to use the bathroom. Here you go, man. Go use the bathroom. You're good to go. So we know when we have this on our holster, you want to make sure that your holster is secured to your body. Or some piece of equipment that's going to be fairly, if you got a chest rig, keep it on your chest rig. None of you have one. If you have it on your hip, keep it on your hip. But it's holstered and it's secured. Last thing you want to have happen is have this thing swing. Okay? Or have anything on your hip that'll swing as well. Evan, why is that important? Do you remember that situation, now that I'm on camera, where your canteen swung and ripped that off? It's important exactly for that reason. Okay, this is your safety. You never want to remove your safety until it's time. So if your canteen is swinging around or something is swinging around or your bear spray is swinging around, you run the risk right there of knocking your safety off. As soon as you knock your
Absolute
safety
necessity.
off, this thing is engaged and primed and ready to go. And in some cases, if you're not cautious about it, you go and bend down to pick up your clip, you just get a full dose of bear spray in the face. This thing is 100 times the amount of capsaicin of what you would get in normal pepper spray. It's designed to prevent grizzly bears from attacking you. Okay, so that is a lot of pain that you
endure.
think you can endure. So with that being said, let's talk about one thing before we get into how to employ this. What is something you may want to consider besides the bear itself?
The environment around you, other wild animals.
Other wild, maybe other people.
People.
Okay. So then when you say the environment around you, what do you mean? Other than
Other wild animals, people,
Okay.
trees.
what
The
do you
wind.
think?
For discharging bear spray,
Mm-hmm.
wind.
yeah, the wind is definitely a good one. Yeah, wind.
Okay.
I said that.
I know.
The wind. Absolutely. In a case like this, the bear might be coming from you in this angle. Okay. That'll shorten up with the wind that we have. That'll shorten up your discharge here. I think it's out to. Oh man, I can't remember. I
I thought
want
it
to
was
say
8
this.
feet.
I thought it was
Max.
12. 8 feet max.
I thought.
So I thought
It's been
this.
a while.
I thought this was 12 feet. We'll go and take a look at it. But if the wind is blowing from behind the bear, that'll shorten that up. Okay. If the wind is at your back, that'll extend that. But if it's blowing at the bear's back and coming towards you, obviously your primary concern is the bear.
Yep.
I'm removing the clip, I'm stepping back slowly, and I'm laying a fan that the bear has to run through. My secondary concern is
The wind blowing that back at you.
blowing it right back at you. And if you've ever had that happen,
Yeah.
no, yours was more like a direct shot. But for me, I had it blow back at me. It's weird, man. Your lungs, you want to breathe, but your lungs say no. Like, it just like, and everything stops. Everything closes up. It's just the weirdest thing.
Your body just commits not want. For you.
Yeah, it commits to shutting down everything that takes that in. So with that being said, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to switch this around. So that way we're going to pretend like the bear is coming from us, or in front of us from this angle. The wind is going to be at our back. Okay, and I'm going to give a real quick demonstration. If the bear, if I see the bear from that tree to where I am, how much time do you think it's going to take for the bear to run up on me?
Not much.
Not
2
not long
seconds.
at all.
A second at most.
Yeah, like 1 second,
Yeah.
right?
Not even.
So if you think you're going to have the time, here's what we say. If you think you need to deploy the bear spray, it's
Deploy it
already
early.
too late. It's already too late. So have the bear spray out. If you think, wow, that bear is close, should I get my bear? By the time you're thinking that,
If it's close, pull it out immediately.
by the time you're thinking that, it's already too late. Have it out like, oh my God, that bear, I hope it's friendly, otherwise I got this. And sometimes you say, hey mama, I'm good. You stay right where you're at. I'm gonna walk back. We're gonna be cool, right? And you just walk on back. But have it out, have it available. Because it will be on you before you have time to draw your safety bags. Okay. With that being said, we'll have everybody behind me. Evan, I'll have you right up here. Okay, and you can stay there. At this point, if I got the bear coming up on me, and this is inert training round, but you still don't want to have everybody on you. I got the bear coming up on me. I'm gonna remove this from my holster.
Roar.
Okay.
Roar.
I'm gonna just drop that straight down there. And I'm gonna walk back. If the bear decides it wants to charge at me, I'm just gonna lay that fan and just let it run through.
Roar.
Now you can't hold on to that forever. That's not gonna allow you to hold and just blaze everything up. That is only good for probably about 6 to 8 seconds worth of hold. All right. So you guys all ready to try that? Hey, aloha everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on that play button today. Hopefully you found something on that video useful for the next time you're out in the woods. My family and I just got back from our 7-day Boundary Waters trip, and the adventure room is a complete mess. I can hardly bear it, like these dad jokes. Anyways, stay tuned on the channel. We should have some good highlights coming up from our trip out in the Boundary Waters. Till then, stay safe and aloha.